Go.
Hey guys, welcome to the BitBoy Crypto live stream. That's a new title I'm giving it, the BitBoy Crypto live stream. I'm here with Quinn from Mid-Earth Crypto, and do you want to share a story about getting your haircut?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Columbus. So the other day I'm at the barber shop. My local barber, he does the razor blade lineups. And I'm just talking, there's a guy in the chair getting his cut, and we're kind of interacting, talking about Bitcoin, this, that, and the other, and the event that I've got on the Tuesday, September 24th, if you're in Atlanta, come. But so he's asking me about Bitcoin, then he asks me if I know a guy that's in Atlanta locally, and I tell him about a couple of different things. Next thing we know, he says, "Do you know BitBoy?" Or kind of stumbles through the name, and I'm like, "Yeah, BitBoy Crypto." He's like, "That's where I know you from. I've been sitting here this whole time." He's seen the videos, so he calls me out, and not only this, I didn't tell you this before. He wants to start paying the barber in Bitcoin.
Oh, wow.
And so Mike, if you're watching, Mike's coming to the Tuesday meetup to figure out how we can start taking payments in Bitcoin.
Big Mike taking that Bitcoin for
Pretty cool,
the
man.
haircut.
Yeah. And so
Nice.
I thought that was fun. It's fun to meet somebody that has seen the videos.
Yeah, that's awesome. So obviously you guys know Quinn has been helping me with our street videos that we've been doing. So today we are in Philadelphia. We are here at the hackathon going on today. Tomorrow is the actual conference itself at the Lowe's Hotel in Philadelphia. If you're in the area, come check it out. Come stop by, say what's up. But so we're gonna be doing some street content while we're here, probably tonight.
What do you want to ask people? What are you thinking?
Well, I was thinking tonight there's a party, right?
Okay,
Crypto Wendy O's is doing a party tonight. We're going to go hang with Wendy, and I thought it would be a good time maybe to get some other influencers' opinions on adoption. What do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely. See what they think about where we're at.
Yeah.
Get their opinions. Maybe they have something different that we haven't seen. Do you want to do street content with people here in the city too? You want to go to
Maybe.
Okay, yeah.
We might. If we do, we're going to go to the Liberty Bell.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Independence Hall.
Independence Hall.
Maybe we could hit some National Treasure spots from the movie.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen the movie?
I don't watch Nicolas Cage movies. I'm against them.
It was a good movie. It wasn't bad.
I'm just kidding. I do enjoy
So you have
Nicolas
seen
Cage
it?
movies, but not that one.
All right, okay. All right.
I may have seen the second one, but I have not seen the first one. Okay. I'm just
I
gonna
don't
be
know which
straight with you.
one's in Philly, but one of them is kind of exciting. So maybe we'll just, act out some scenes. No, we're not. He's not going to let me do it yet.
Well, maybe a better actor than Nicolas Cage. Some people
You
might
could
say.
be.
You think I could?
You're prettier.
It's true.
10.5.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 10.5.
There you go.
That's absolutely true.
So we'll interview some influencers, get their take at the meetup. And then tomorrow, what are you thinking?
Tomorrow we're going to be at the conference.
Okay.
So there will be even more influencers there we can talk to. We can probably talk to some different projects and stuff like that. So we're just all about trying to capture the message. I'll tell you one thing that I discovered. So we went to DragonCon, right?
Yep.
And how was that?
Revealing.
Terrible.
Yeah.
That was the right word. He didn't want to say terrible because he didn't know I was trying to get him to say terrible.
Yeah.
But he wanted to say terrible because we went to that conference thinking it was going to be a slam dunk video.
I got my hope shot out of the sky. I thought we were going to get a lot of people that just were excited about getting some Bitcoin or receiving some Bitcoin, and the one or two people that heard about it didn't want any. So,
Right.
I guess there's just an eye-opening thing to learn that nobody cares yet.
Yeah.
So
But the thing we did that day is we went and we had a plan, and the plan crashed. We came up with a new plan.
pivoted.
That plan crashed, and then we finally came up with a going based on what is the story? What
I don't know. I would say they're the institutional investor, right?
That's what everybody says. That's what we're trained to say.
Sure.
Right? What if I told you that's not true?
Why
What if
not?
I told you that you are actually the one with the advantage, the retail trader? But I can't reveal why, because if I did, then my video
would be ruined. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be ruined.
So stay tuned. All right.
So stay tuned for that
I did
for
just
sure.
see something about retail institutional money not moving right now. That apparently a quarter of a trillion dollars was just injected into the economy from the Fed.
Okay.
And no new lending has occurred. So, what if, just a little hypothetical out there, what are trying to dip their toes into Bitcoin, but are not able to because there's no institutional lending happening across because they're afraid of volatility. So,
Stuff going on with the Fed's crazy right now.
it's a quarter of a trillion dollars. That's what's happening.
Oh, the audio. Oh,
So the audio is coming from just the camera right now, but I'm gonna switch the batteries
Okay.
here. So,
so they missed all the secrets.
They get you a good point at the screen. How many viewers do you have?
Great question. Can you guys hear us right now? I guess not. They definitely cannot. It's hard to say.
they should be able to hear from the camera audio, but
Can you guys hear us?
just a second.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
It went out 6 minutes ago. Yeah. So what our reading right now of who is watching is not really probably accurate.
We've got a lot of people that were really committed to the cause. Well, if you're looking at me, you can see this face and know that I'm really hungry. Right here, hungry face.
Oh, they can hear us now. Okay, they can hear us. We're back on.
Sweet, okay.
What was the last thing you heard, Josiah?
It wasn't Philly cheesesteaks, was it?
Oh, I can hear myself. Wow, love. What is that? There we go. Sorry. The audio difficulties are real, guys, but we're good.
Are you listening to the stream from your phone right now?
Oh, I was for 1 second.
Okay, yeah, that's what caused
Just for
that.
one brief moment.
Yeah, that would have caused that feedback.
Wow, that was dangerous. I turned it on for just another brief second, and there it was. Wow. It's off now. It's off now, for sure. Okay, sorry guys. We went out there for a second.
How much did you guys get? I don't know.
I don't know how much they got.
Okay, well, recap then.
Yeah.
Street content, possibly in iconic places today and tomorrow. Getting some influencer opinions tonight, and hoping for non-coiners at the conference tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see some non-coiners or maybe some barely coiners.
Some
Really
new
looking for
coiners.
some barely coiners.
There was a guy out there that was an institutional guy that didn't hold any crypto. He was just a finance guy only.
Oh, so Josiah said yes, that's where we were. We were talking about going to some spots in town to interview people. So you guys really missed out on the whole conversation. You guys missed out on so much.
You guys watched us just ad-lib each other.
Wow,
okay?
that is
Yeah.
incredible.
I bet
You're committed.
You know what we need to do is get somebody else to like record some just voices of whatever conversation they think that we were saying and put that in there. No? Okay.
So, all right, back to what we were talking about. We were talking about institutional investors, right?
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the $250 billion that just got injected into the economy by the Fed, and no new lending has occurred bank to bank right now. There's kind of a freeze on lending. Not a freeze, but it's just not occurring. And so if the Fed is actively trying to fight a recession by pumping, injecting hundreds of billions of dollars in the market, it's not the first time, right?
Yeah.
And it happened in 08. But how much money is it going to take this time? Last time it took, what was the number? Almost $1 trillion. It was 800 billion, right?
Something like that.
Okay, so they printed 275 million now in the last 4 days. What if they print $1 trillion? And are we just going to everyone's just going to be like, okay, that's fine. There's no problem with that. We know it's not backed by gold. We know that there's nothing that's actually.
Ooh, it sounds like a recipe for hyperinflation.
Well, it's not anything new, and it's happening all across the world. I used to think that China was going to beat us because we would have a problem with our currency devaluing, but I've changed my mind. I actually believe that their Chinese currency will collapse before ours will. Because
Let's talk about this.
Okay, let's do that because I have a lot. I just watched like 4 hours and went down.
Oh,
the
I
rabbit
watched the
hole.
same video.
You did. It's crazy.
That's right. Yeah.
Kyle Bass has got some really good content with Steve O'Bannon and Yangxin Kui, or what's his name? Kwong.
I'm going to let you butcher it. I'm not going to give you an answer.
He's a renowned billionaire out of Hong Kong that's run and is now here in the States seeking asylum because he basically lifted the veil on what he said is active war
Yeah.
on China's behalf against America, with the one main purpose is to dethrone the U.S. dollar from the world stage. And so, go ahead.
What was very interesting about that interview was when he was talking about George Bush. When George Bush had a meeting, George W. Bush had a meeting with the Prime Minister of China, President, whatever their leader is called over there.
Xi.
Yeah.
President
not,
Xi is
not the name. No, it's not him. It was the guy before him.
Oh, okay. So what the association?
What do they call him? Like the Grand Leader? Or
Oh,
no, that's
I
like
don't know.
KKK.
No, that's-
That may
I
be
think that's
KKK.
Japan for like emperor. Is what you're saying,
Something.
right? Yeah.
Whatever it is for China, whatever the leader is.
Yeah.
The leader of the communist country of China went to the United States, had a private dinner with George Bush.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And George Bush and him had a conversation that was supposedly off the record. I think George Bush shared this in his biography, maybe.
Okay.
And he said that they were talking about what the biggest problems for the countries were. And George Bush said, well, this was right after 9/11. He said, terrorism. I'm very concerned about terrorism. I'm very concerned about more attacks here in the United States. And he said, well, what is your main concern? And he
What'd he
said,
say?
jobs.
Jobs.
He said jobs because in China, the population is so high. If they don't create a certain number of new jobs every year, the economy, the economy of the country would collapse,
Right.
and there would be an overthrow of the communist government.
That's revolution. That's what he was so worried
Yeah.
about, was jobs and revolution. And this is the thing that we've all been taught the last 10 years, or that I think I felt or thought, that China had this powerhouse economy, that they're just this engine that's been kind of bringing the world along, when in reality it's a propped up farce economy. Think of it like, and this is the easiest way, if you've ever been in the DApp game, you guys have been burned by ROIs that have internal exchanges where they tell you your money is worth this much.
Yeah.
And that's what they believe, because internally, in that little nice bubble that they've created, it is. But as soon as you try to convert to something, or if everyone at the same time were to try to convert their earnings, their winnings of points in the game to dollars, it would collapse in the system.
Yeah.
And like it does, many ROIs will collapse in themselves. That's kind of what the Chinese economy is looking like right now. It's just this big balloon that they've blown up full of air, and no actual, like, why is there no middle class in China?
It's definitely a very interesting conversation because of the impact that China has on the entire cryptocurrency space too.
Well, so that's where we kind of coming back full circle.
Yeah.
I thought that we would face hyperinflation and that would be what really, I think China might be in the crosshairs first. Like, they could have a bigger problem than we do, and they have more people to feed. And here's where it really comes down to it. All that military spending that they did isn't going to do any good. They're not going to come over to America and invade America and take our corn crops or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going to happen.
Corn crops.
And every,
We do not want them to take our corn crops, because then
You
how
know what
will
I'm saying? Like,
how will we have popcorn and corn pops?
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ain't coming to Wendy's, no, Winn-Dixie to get my corn pops.
Yeah, or Wendy's. They don't have corn pops at
They don't
Wendy's,
have
the
corn pops
restaurant
at
either.
Wendy's. They
But
should.
Crypto Wendio might like corn pops. She does like junk food, I think.
Yes, corn pops and cinnamon toast crunch
Yeah.
mixed together. It's the best thing.
So, guys, that's all we got for you today for a live stream. I know we cut out for about 7 or 8
sorry
minutes
about
there.
that.
Sorry about that, guys. But we'll be back tomorrow. I'll be doing another live stream tomorrow, actually, from Coinvention. So you guys make sure to check that out. We're doing a lot of interviews today, so we're going to have a lot of content on the channel, some good street video for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging with us, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks.
We just pointed.
I
at
do
the same
this.
time.
Did we? I gave him the 2-gun.